The emergency beacon pierced through the void of space like a dying star's final scream. Captain HFY of the Confederation rescue vessel. Mercy's wing adjusted her thermal regulators as the distress signal grew stronger. Her chitinous carapace clicked nervously against the command chair, a habit she'd developed during her 40 cycles of service. "Captain," her communications officer Timel announced with barely concealed dread. "The beacon is coming from the scorched zone around Kepler 442b. That's within the death radius of the star." Every being on the bridge fell silent. The scorched zone was legendary among spacefaring species, a region where stellar radiation could cook most known life forms within minutes, even through military-grade environmental suits. Only the most desperate or foolish ventured there. "Life signs?" HFY asked, though she already knew the answer would be grim. "One contact, Captain. Impossible to determine species from this range, but..." Timel's voice faltered. The suit signatures suggest it might be human. A collective shudder ran through the bridge crew. Humans were notorious for their reckless disregard for safety protocols, but even they wouldn't be insane enough to venture into a radiation death zone, would they? "Plot an intercept course," HFY ordered. "Maximum shielding. We have perhaps 10 minutes before our own suits fail." The Mercy's wing dove toward the hellish orange glow of Kepler 442b's corona. Through the reinforced viewports, they could see the planet's surface, a molten nightmare of volcanic activity and radioactive storms. No sane being would choose to be here. "Contact acquired," Timel reported, his voice tight with disbelief. "Captain, you need to see this." The main screen flickered to life, showing their long-range sensors feed. What they saw defied every law of survival known to galactic civilization. A figure in a basic human environmental suit sat calmly on a metallic outcropping, apparently observing the violent stellar phenomena above. The suit's radiation readings were off the charts, levels that should have killed any known species 3 times over. Yet there the human sat, motionless and presumably alive. "Hail them," HFY ordered, though her confidence wavered. Perhaps they were too late and they were looking at a corpse. The response came immediately, crisp and oddly casual. "This is Dr. Sarah Chen. Thanks for responding to my beacon, but I'm fine here." Beautiful view, actually. The bridge crew exchanged glances that conveyed universal bewilderment. "Dr. Chen," HFY replied carefully, "your position is within lethal radiation levels. Our sensors indicate your suit should have failed hours ago. Do you require immediate medical assistance?" A laugh, an actual laugh, crackled through the comm system. "Oh, the suit's been reading critical for about 6 hours now. But you know how it is. Human engineering tends to be conservative with safety margins." Conservative? HFY's mandibles clicked frantically. Her own suit was already showing yellow warnings, and they were still thousands of kilometers away. "We're coming to extract you immediately," she announced. "Actually," Dr. Chen's voice carried an odd note of anticipation, "could you give me about 10 more minutes? I'm conducting an experiment and I'm just getting to the good part." "The good part?" Timel whispered, his translator barely managing the concept. Through their sensors, they watched as Dr. Chen stood up slowly. Her movements were deliberate, almost ritualistic. She reached up to her helmet seals. "No," HFY shouted into the comm. "Don't remove your..." The helmet came off. Every alarm on the bridge began screaming. Radiation readings spiked beyond their instruments' ability to measure. The crew dove for emergency radiation shelters, certain they were about to witness the most spectacular suicide in galactic history. But Dr. Chen didn't die. She didn't even seem uncomfortable. Instead, she tilted her face toward the orange star above and smiled. "Oh, this is perfect," her voice came through clearly. Somehow her suit's external microphones were still functioning. "The vitamin D synthesis is incredible at these radiation levels. You know, back on old Earth, humans used to sunbathe. We've lost that simple pleasure on the colony worlds." HFY watched from behind a radiation shield, her worldview crumbling. "Dr. Chen, you are being exposed to enough radiation to sterilize a small moon. How are you not dead?" Dr. Chen stretched, actually stretched, in the cosmic death ray that was Kepler 442b's stellar output. "Well, that's what I'm here to study. Turns out human DNA repair mechanisms are a bit more robust than the galactic medical database suggests. We've been underestimating ourselves for generations." She sat back down, helmet still off, face turned toward certain death as if it were a pleasant spring day. The first human colonies were so focused on safety that we forgot what we're actually capable of surviving. My research suggests our species can adapt to radiation levels that would kill most galactic life forms. Not immediately comfortable, mind you, but survivable. The implications hit Zexhai like a plasma bolt. If humans could survive in environments that killed other species... Dr. Chen, she said slowly, are you saying humans can colonize worlds we've deemed uninhabitable? That's exactly what I'm saying, Captain. We've been playing it safe, following galactic safety standards designed for species with different biological limitations. But humans? We're suited for death, as you put it. What kills you just gives us a slight headache and maybe a sunburn. Dr. Chen stood again, replacing her helmet with casual indifference. All right, I've got enough data. Thanks for the rescue, though I didn't really need it. Race you back to civilized space. As the Mercy's wing retreated from the scorched zone, Zexhai filed her report with trembling claws. The galaxy would need to reassess everything they thought they knew about human limitations. In the depths of space, other species shivered. Not from cold, but from the growing realization that they might have been sharing the galaxy with beings far more resilient than anyone had dared imagine.